All right. I just wanted to let everybody know I'm recording this for our own archive purposes. We're probably going to play this later. So, welcome to the Rich City Rise Just Transition Town Hall. My name is Jason Woody. I am the Community Development Director for Rich City Rise. I want to give maybe like another minute before I go ahead and get started. What we do, let me see if I can turn this off. Can everybody hear me? Cool. This is going to be a brief overview of what we do here at Rich City Rides and how our programming really applies through the just transition philosophy. So we're going to spend some time going through the different points of the just transition philosophy, and hopefully you guys will see how what we're doing kind of fits in with how we want a better world to be. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start. This is totally my first meeting, so hope all this works. Let me know if you can't see anything. We can always pause and go back. All right. I wanted to get into it. There we go. So we are the Richmond Our Power Coalition, and I have been just really excited by some of our partner organizations. And I could say more, but I think we're going to get right into our video here. Let me know if this works for everybody. Just give a thumbs up if you can hear it.
My name is Kat Ramos. I'm the coordinator for Richmond Our Power Coalition, and I'm extremely proud of doing this work with all of our amazing coalition partners. I want to ground us in a statement which I learned organizing with my Indigenous relatives. We do not inherit the earth from our ancestors, but rather we borrow it from our children. The Richmond Our Power Coalition aims to honor our community and its future generations through all of our work. We consist of 9 organizations, many led by longtime residents of Richmond, that are dedicated to creating innovative solutions to transform Richmond in ways that will benefit the city for generations to come. We take great care to engage our neighbors and community stakeholders so that our solutions are foundationally decided by our community. Using a strategy often referred to as the just transition model, we're moving away from the economy that exists, which is extractive and violent on so many levels, and towards a healing, regenerative ecosystem where we can all thrive.
Thank you so much, Kat, for that. I love this. It makes us look so cool. It's one of my favorite parts. There we go. But yes, we are the Our Power Coalition. So just to save time, I don't want to have everybody just go through where they're at, but we're made up of Urban Tilth, ACE Institute, Richmond Land, the Safe Return Project, Cooperation Richmond, Richmond Progressive Alliance, Communities for Better Environment, and the Asian Pacific Environmental Network. So as a part of the ROPC, you know, we really we take this coalition work seriously, and it's always good when we can combine our forces to work on different projects. Uh, but I also want to highlight some of what we do here at Bridge City Rides. We were founded in 2012 by Najari Smith. Um, and I think I'm going to let him say a few words through our next video.
Richmond Our Power Community Organization is a nonprofit that starts things like the bike shop and is looking to start other things that work from the same model of the bike shop in a cooperative fashion. So this is a worker-owned cooperative, meaning that everybody who works here either has a pathway to becoming one of the owners or already is one of the owners. We want to model that because your workplace is one of the most undemocratic areas of your life, but it's also one of the parts of your life where you spend the most time. What inspires me is actually I put a lot of inspiration from the members and staff and community members and volunteers in our organization. You know, they've done everything from inspire the name to inspire what we do, inspire what we created, to inspire what the future looks like. It's all pulled from community. So as we consider like new enterprises, well, we keep that in mind. And we look at how we can work with our partners in order to bring these things to light. So groups like Cooperation Richmond, folks like APEN, folks like CVE, the Safe Return Project, we're all working. We're kind of like, you know, you say just transition, we are the Justice League of the transition. We want to create a rich city. You know, a rich city is one where, you know, when you think of like things, think of a rich empire, right? Or a rich kingdom. In all these historic scenarios, it was the few that were really affluent and had the gold and gilded everything. And then you also had the poor people who had little to nothing. The concept of rich needs to be transitioned justly. A rich city, a rich kingdom, a rich empire is one where everybody has what they need. You cannot, it actually doesn't make sense that a rich city would have poor people in, you know, or a rich planet has folks that need but don't have. So the vision that, you know, my vision, and I think our vision for Richmond, for Rich City Rides, is the rich city where everybody has what they need.
All right. So that is who we are as Rich City Rides. Thank you, Najari, for that. So I did kind of want to make a bit of a distinction here. There is Rich City Rides, the bicycle shop that most people are familiar with. You see, I got Tay here. And this is where all the sales happen. This is where we do repairs, maintenance. But that is a separate entity from what we have here at Rich City as the community organization. So just to clarify, because I don't know if everybody knows, but the bicycle shop itself was actually a former project of the Rich City organization, right? So this is one of the ways in which, you know, Rich City kinds of listens to what the community needs are and provides services that fill those needs, right? So one of the goals of what we try to do is listen to the community voice, provide community services to address the needs that are voiced, and then ideally we want to have community controlled assets. Rich City Rides, the bike shop, is a worker-owned cooperative, but ideally we would like to have community control of some of our upcoming projects. And we're going to get into that a little bit later on. So I just wanted to make sure everyone understood the distinction between our bike shop and our community organization. So I also want to briefly go through some of our Rich City staff. Seeing Jari Smith, our founder and executive director, in the video. Tay McGee is our founding co-owner of the Rich City Rides bike shop itself. I am the community development director. We also have Danny Lannis, our project manager, as well as Alex Peter, who does our special programs. And our local favorite is Shots from Richmond. He is our in-house photographer, and we always have a good time. Most of these pictures have come via Shots, so we appreciate it. But this is just some of our team at the organization, and yeah, I wanted to just jump into our main piece here, which is how our programming relates to our just transition philosophy, right? So for everyone that's not familiar, these are the main 8 principles of the just transition philosophy, right? I'm going to read through them briefly. A just transition moves us towards Glenn Vivere. A just transition creates meaningful work. A just transition upholds self-determination. And a just transition equitably redistributes resources and power. A just transition requires regenerative ecological economics. A just transition retains culture and tradition. A just transition embodies local, regional, national, and international solidarity. A just transition builds what we need now. So these are the main principles of what the transition from the extractive economy to a regenerative economy looks like. And I want to jump right in with the first one. I put all of the definitions at the top in case you all wanted to take notes, and we are recording this so you can go back and look at it later. But to start, Grand Vivere means that we can live well without living better at the expense of others. Workers, community residents, women, and indigenous peoples around the world have a fundamental human right to clean, healthy, adequate air, water, land, and sorry, education, shelter, and we must have relationships with each other and with the natural world of which we are a part. The rights of people, communities, and nature must supersede the rights of the individual. With that being said, when we talk about living well, it immediately brought me to our Unity Park Bike Hub. For those of you that haven't been, this is at Unity Park in Richmond, and this started as a project a little over 5 years ago. And we use this hub. It's this tiny building in the middle of the park, but it is always full of bikes. If you haven't been, this is a picture from one of our Fix It Fridays where we have people come out and fix their bikes. We've done, these are some of our stats to the side. We've given away over 3,000 bikes, and we've had over 27,000 participants in some of our rides, our workshops, which we've done hundreds of. And This is really one of the facilities that allows us to facilitate all the actual work that we do. So when we have our bike rides, they come out of the hub. When we're doing our park cleanup, this is where our supplies are stored. And um, this is what enables us to really help our community. So, it's a real effort. All of us have taken turns going through the hub, cleaning it out, reorganizing it. But this is what helps us assist our people. So I wanted to move on to our next one. Let's see here. There we go. Our meaningful work. Let's see. A just transition centers on the development of human potential, creating opportunities for people to learn, grow, and develop to their full capacities and interests. Uh, we are all born leaders, and a regenerative economy supports and nurtures that leadership. In the process, we are transforming ourselves, each other, our communities, and our society as a whole. Meaningful work is life affirming. Uh, the meaningful work I've had the pleasure to be a part of for the past few months has been our Jedi Fellowship. I've been working with these guys, Chief Justice Quincy and Joseph here, uh, and it's really been a joy to uh, do some of the stuff we've done. I can't believe we've done so much in such a short amount of time. I couldn't fit it all here, but the Jedi Fellowship, it stands for Justice, Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion. Um, and just to read briefly, it's a culmination of 9 years of working with youth to create bike clubs, feed community, and lead rides. The Rich City Jedi Fellowship provides youth with opportunities to learn job readiness and life skills. Through this 1 to 3 month program, youth work with staff mentors one-on-one and in teams to complete projects. Youth are provided with training in, but definitely not limited to, bicycle safety, bicycle maintenance, ride marshaling, team building, public speaking, leadership, and people skills. Um, in addition to the skills mentioned, youth are taught emotional intelligence and provided with a safe space to organize, speak their truth, and process whatever is going on in their lives with support of our dedicated staff. Um, it has been a total pleasure to be a part of this program. Um, and I think this work has been pretty meaningful. We've had some of our youth write resumes for the first time. And we, a couple months ago, had Justice and Quincy do almost a research report at our Juneteenth ride about some of the history we've gone through with racism right here in Richmond. So it's been an honor to be a part of this. We are constantly looking for new youth to add to the program, and I can't wait to see what else is going to come from this. It's been an amazing pleasure. That takes us to our third one. Just transition upholds self-determination. All people have the right to participate in decisions that impact their lives. This requires democratic governance in our communities, including our workplaces. Communities must have the power to shape their economies as producers. I actually can't see this because the Zoom is in the way. Kat, could you read that for me?
I got you.
Okay.
This requires democratic governance in our communities, including our workplaces. Communities must have the power to shape their economies as producers, as consumers, and in our relationships with each other. Not only do we have the right to self-determination, but self-determination is one of our greatest tools to realize the world we need. The people who are most affected by the extractive economy, the frontline workers, and the fence line communities have the resilience and expertise to be in the leadership of crafting the solutions.
Thank you so much, Kat. When we talk about solutions, I immediately was drawn to the Rich City Project. So our Rich City Project is really, it's a brand new way for us of interacting with our community. We are starting a process of deep canvassing where we can, rather than just knocking on people's doors and saying, hi, stop by our bike shop, we really want to take the time to have real one-on-one conversations to get to know our community members. The plan is to have these one-on-one conversations with all of the residents of Richmond. So it is going to take us some time, but this is really a long-term plan to engage with our community so we can not only see who our community members are, but also what they need. And another way we're doing that is by having town halls. The one upcoming this Saturday at Unity Park is going to be one of our first and many. But we really want to use these again to get input from our community members so they can help determine what our community initiatives are going to be. And I'm going to get into this a little bit later, but this is really one of, at least for me, it's one of the biggest steps in ensuring that our communities can determine their own outcomes. And along with determining the outcomes leads us to our next principle, which is a just transition equitably redistributes resources and power. I know, especially now, we've heard a lot of talk about redistributing resources, but there we go. Can you guys still see that? All right, cool. We must work to build new systems that are good for all people and not just a few. A just transition actively work against the current and historic social inequities based on race, class, gender, immigrant status, and other forms of oppression. Just transition fights to reclaim capital and resources for the regeneration of geographies and sectors of the economy where these inequities are the most pervasive. So when we talk about redistributing resources, it immediately brought me to our Everybody Rides program. Everybody Rides is the most amazing thing I've ever seen at any bike shop. I have never been able to go to any other bike shop anywhere that I know, and they will give you a free bike. That is generally against the better business model, right? Because bike shops are generally designed to extract money out of the community into the owner's pockets, right? This is not how we do business at Rich City Rides. Like, we do sell bikes, but if you cannot afford a bike, we have one for you. That is part of our philosophy. We've given away over 3,000 bikes. And I just think it's amazing. Like I said, I don't know anybody else that's doing that. Along with that, we do things like Fix It Friday. So if you do need to do maintenance on your bike, you can come by, you can, we have tools available. And even if you don't know, one of our volunteers will be happy to teach you how to fix your own bike and do your own maintenance. The other part of this is our bike library. Even if your bike is in the shop, we have bikes that we can loan out along with the bikes that we give away. But if you just need a bike for a little while your car's in the shop, we have a bike library. You can come by and pretty much use the bike until you don't need it. Be happy to take it back and make sure it's ready for somebody else. So like I said, these are things that you don't see from other shops, but this is how we redistribute resources. Bikes can be expensive, and we want to eliminate that barrier for people by making them available. Our next principle is that a just transition requires regenerative ecological economics. Let's see here. A just transition must advance ecological resilience, reduce resource consumption, restore biodiversity and traditional ways of life, and undermine extractive economies, including capitalism, that erode the ecological basis of our collective well-being. This requires a relocalization and democratization of primary production and consumption by building up local food systems, local clean energy, and small-scale production that are sustainable economically and ecologically. This also means producing a live well without living better at the expense of others. So when we talk about sustainable economically and ecologically, this is, again, what we do with the Rich City Rides Bike and Skate Shop. Again, Rich City Rides Bike Shop is separate from our community organization. And as a project, this was the way in which we create something that's economically sustainable for the community. And I think it's been beautiful. We just celebrated the 9th anniversary a few weeks ago. So most businesses don't make it to 5. So when we talk about sustainability, this is what that looks like. It's a Black worker cooperative, and it is owned and operated by historic residents of Richmond. And I think that's really important, that, we have this business that is owned and operated by people that live in the community. And this is what we talk about. And I love it because it's not just talk, it's actually what happens, right? And we don't get to see that enough. So it's something that makes me proud to be a part of this. All right, so a just transition also retains culture and tradition. Uh, one of my favorite parts of our whole Rich City Rides team is our self-care Sunday wellness rides. And I just want to get into our definition real quick. Capitalism has forced many communities to sacrifice culture and tradition for economic survival. It has also defaced and destroyed land held as sacred. Just transition must create inclusionary spaces for all traditions and cultures, recognizing them as integral to a healthy and vibrant economy. It should also make reparations for land that has been stolen or destroyed by capitalism, colonialism, patriarchy, genocide, and slavery. This is literally what we do with our self-care Sunday rides. The self-care Sunday rides are inclusionary spaces. They're for families, single people. I think our upcoming ride is for grandparents. We have We've had a ride. People brought their pets. It doesn't get more inclusionary than that. But this is what we do. We promote this through our bike culture. And yes, our family social rides are one of our most treasured and popular weekly events. These radically inclusive, all ages, and all ability rides are held every Sunday morning. We meet at the Unity Park Bike Hub at 10 a.m. to sign up and saddle up. We roll out by 11 and return around 1 o'clock. If you don't have a bike, as we said before, we got the bike library and we will provide one for you. So even if you don't have a bike, show up. You can even catch a ride in a pedicab if you ask Tay really nicely, but don't tell him I told you. But yeah, this is what we do. And it's so interesting to me because we do these rides in all these different places. Last week we went to Point Pinole, which turned out to be like an 11-mile ride. We've also gone down to the beach. We've gone out by the marina, even down to over by Golden Gate Fields. So really, it's a different route every week, and it's for self-care. It's not nobody's racing. It's cool. We bring the music, and again, all skill levels can join. So this is really it's one of my favorite parts of our culture, and it's definitely a Rich City Rise tradition. All right. So a just transition embodies local, regional, national, and international solidarity. So Kat, can I get you to read our definition for this one again? Thank you.
Yeah, sure. A just transition must be liberatory and transformative. The impacts of the extractive economy knows no borders. We recognize the interconnectedness of our communities as well as our issues. Therefore, our solutions call for local, regional, national, and global solidarity that confronts imperialism and militarism.
Thank you so much. Yeah, solidarity is what we need. It's literally why we are part of the Our Power Coalition. Along with the Our Power Coalition, we have the Richmond Outdoors Coalition, as well as the Richmond Bicycle Pedestrian Advisory Committee. So these are just some of the ways that we try to connect locally with other like-minded organizations. Above that, we are part of the Climate Justice Alliance, and as part of the CJA, Rich City Rides is actually the regional convener for the Western region. So we have partners throughout California, as well as Washington, and I believe Oregon. And we do some pretty exciting stuff. We're going next month, we're actually going to be launching our Just Transition curriculum, and we're going to be doing trainings for some of our partner organizations. So it's really exciting. Our youth from the Jedi program are actually going to be doing the videos for the training. So it will be a youth-led activity, at least in part. And, it's one of the ways that we get to grow new leaders, right, for our movement. So this is also something that we're doing nationally through the Climate Justice Alliance. And as we build this, I would really love to see us grow to find some more international partners. This picture here, I actually just took a couple weeks ago in Costa Rica. This is from Manuel Antonio National Park, which is one of their local rainforests. Costa Rica has done such an amazing job at ecological conservation. Um, I was totally blown away and loved having the opportunity to just really pick my tour guide's brain. He was telling us really about all the efforts Costa Rica has made to put ecology ahead of the economy, especially when we talk about letting businesses encroach on forest lands. They've really led the way globally on that. So I'd love to partner there and elsewhere because, all of our different regions are very special. There are things here in California that you can't find in Costa Rica. They don't have a lot of snow. But, California is one of those strange places where we get snow, we have desert, we have such a diversity of environments. That we really need to take better care. And so this is, through these organizations, this is how we try to promote education and activism around preserving our environments. All right. This brings us to our last principle, and it's basically that a just transition builds what we need now. There, unfortunately, is this urgency to do things. We have seen too much inaction from our government and not enough action from these corporations who are doing the majority of the damage to our environments. And the biggest thing that we're doing is this Rich City project. So I want to kind of get into this a little bit more and show you kind of a timeline of how our project is going to go. We are really in this phase one beginning stage. So we are having our community town hall. Our first one is this Saturday. We're doing another one next Saturday. And we'll probably be doing a few more before the year is out. But this is where we get our community input. I was actually, I've clocked it on my app, Strava, and I've already, just between yesterday and today, canvassed over 4.5 miles just in the area around Unity Park. So we're reaching out to the people in the community directly. I've been going to people's doors. We even had Jim Sowers out there on a unicycle yesterday knocking on doors. People get excited when a guy on a unicycle is there. Like, it's cool. And this is what we do when we talk about, and this isn't even our deep canvassing piece, right? This is just getting people out to come to the park. So I'm really excited to begin our deep canvassing piece where we really take the time to sit down with people and understand who they are, what they've been through, and how we can help them to get to where they want to be. So we have a few questions. We've been training our Jedis, and we'll also be training our staff to have these one-on-one conversations with people so we can really get to the heart of what makes our city run, what is keeping our city from being its best. And from these conversations, we're really going to try to put together a plan on what kind of solutions we can build. Along with this is our third part of phase one, which is property acquisition. We are looking into purchasing buildings in the Richmond area, starting with the building the bike shop is in. So we're in talks with the owner, and ideally we want to take these properties and move into phase 2, which is really building a community land trust. It's something we've seen with one of our partners, Richmond Land. And I'm excited about the potential that this affords our community, because what this does, it takes spaces off the commercial market, so we don't have to worry about a Starbucks coming in, or somebody that's not going to care about the community coming in. This gives the community, the idea is to allow people to buy into the community land trust on different levels, so that it's really allowing the community to invest in itself. So the community gets to control who the tenants are, what actually goes on in these properties, and we're going to begin developing processes for all this. So the idea, if everything goes according to plan, we would love to be starting to bring some of these solutions to fruition by November of next year. I think it'd be amazing. And it's really a doable kind of goal. So that's really where we're at. And like I said, it's what we are actively doing now to kind of transition our community in the immediate Richmond area. So with that being said, I think I've actually covered just about everything. We've gone through the just transition principles and just some of our programming here at Bridge City Rides. This isn't even everything. We do more stuff. I can't believe it. But yes, I did want to open up the floor for anybody that had questions. I will try to answer those as best I can. But yes, you can unmute yourself, or I guess raise your hand if you have a question, and I'll try to call on people. Anybody? I love it. That means we were really thorough.
I just want to thank you all for being examples of like basically our cultural curators, because I see it. I see the development of community. I see the consistency that you hold in being in community, which I think is probably one of the biggest things that we need in community. And y'all are consistent, and you're always there, and you're providing something very tangible for community to have. And we're only going to get more expansive from there and really continue to create these hubs. So I just want to thank you for starting that foundation, because it's important and it makes my job a lot easier.
Yes, we're all about making things easier. But that's how it should be. So yes, thank you. Anybody else?
Hi, Alfredo here. I just want to say this is actually really exciting to see. I think for me, growing up in Richmond, one of the things that I wished I saw more of was just a sense of community within my, the people around me. And I think that the work that y'all do is super tight at pushing that, empowering people to do better with themselves and see themselves in a higher power. And also, I really like this idea of the like community land trust, of really like empowering businesses here in Richmond. Like typically we see business as this like battle between people trying to make more profit than one another, but seeing a kind of a community of people who really just want to like build on one another without, like you said, without putting each other down, without extracting things from other people is really exciting to see. And I really hope this develops into a really powerful thing here in Richmond.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Alfredo. Appreciate it. Cool. Well, that actually about does it. if there are no further questions, I hope you all have enjoyed. Please take the time to stop by the shop. Come see me. I'm usually down there. We do have self-care Sunday every Sunday. Fix It Fridays. What else can I plug?
Thursday rides, evening rides.
Third Thursday. Yes, on the third Thursday. So you got to count. But third Thursday, we do evening rides. I know second Friday's bike party.
Yo, can I point out something?
Yes, sir.
So just today, like we you hosted the One Wheel Wednesday workshops yesterday, and today there was a young lady and her mother. She was out there practicing the unicycle and getting it.
Yeah.
You know, like the next day.
She just started yesterday.
Activated. So I'm hoping they make it out to the community forum, that the community design session that we're doing this Saturday, you know.
Right. I can't wait.
11 a.m. Is it
11
11 a.m. on Saturday?
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep. Saturday, this Saturday, the 11th, and also next Saturday, the 18th. And yeah,
And all your stuff is on your socials, right? Like everything is on there, right?
Yep. You can find it on our Instagrams, Facebook. Check the website. Yes, we've got all this stuff up there. Wow. Are there any other questions before we go? No, cool. Well, I wanted to thank everybody again for coming. Appreciate your time. Hope you enjoyed and can't wait to see you out there on the road. Yeah. Y'all have a good night.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Sweet. Can I, oh, we should stop our shit. There we go.
That was great.
Yeah,
That was great. That was great.
we did that.
Yo, fantastic. Thank you for including me in the we. I'm glad to be a part of the we. You know, turn the M upside down because it's not me, it's we.
About that. Oh, let me turn the recording off. There we go. Oh,